Welcome to a year of eternal love. A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students, Lesson 35. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. Today's idea does not describe the way you see yourself now. It does, however, describe what vision will show you. It is difficult for anyone who thinks he is in this world to believe this of himself. Yet the reason he thinks he is in this world is because he does not believe it. You will believe that you are part of where you think you are. And that is because you surround yourself with the environment you want. And you want it to protect the image of yourself that you have made. The image is part of the environment. What you see while you believe you are in it is seen through the eyes of the image. This is not vision. Images cannot see. The idea for today presents a very different view of yourself. By establishing your source, it establishes your identity. And it describes you as you must really be in truth. We will use a somewhat different kind of application for today's idea because the emphasis for today is on the perceiver rather than what he perceives. So for each of the 3 5-minute practice periods today, begin by repeating today's idea to yourself. And then close your eyes and search your mind for various kinds of descriptive terms in which you see yourself. Include all the ego-based attributes which you ascribe to yourself, positive or negative, desirable or undesirable, grandiose or debased. All of them are equally unreal. Because you do not look upon yourself through the eyes of holiness. In the earlier part of the mind-searching period, you will probably emphasize what you consider to be more negative aspects of your perception of yourself. Toward the later part of the exercise period, however, more self-inflating descriptive terms may well cross your mind. Try to recognize that the direction of your fantasies about yourself does not matter. Illusions have no direction in reality. They are merely not true. A suitable unselected list for applying the idea for today might as follow. I see myself as opposed on. I see myself as depressed. I see myself as failing. I see myself as endangered. I see myself as helpless. I see myself as victorious. I see myself as losing hope. I see myself as charitable. I see myself as virtuous. You should not think of these terms in an abstract way. They will occur to you as various situations, personalities, and events in which you figure cross your mind. Pick up any specific situation that does occur to you. Identify the descriptive terms or terms you feel are applicable to your reactions to that situation, and use them in applying today's idea. After you have named each one, add, but my mind is part of God's. I am very holy. During the longer exercise periods, there will probably be intervals in which nothing specific occurs to you. Do not strain to think up specific things to fill the interval, but merely relax and repeat today's idea slowly until something occurs to you. Although nothing that does occur should be omitted from the exercises. Nothing should be dug out with effort. Neither force nor discrimination should be used. As often as possible during the day, pick up a specific attribute or attributes you are ascribing to yourself at the time and apply the idea for today to them. Adding the idea in the form stated above to each of them. If nothing particular occurs to you, merely repeat the idea to yourself with closed eyes. And for the insights, lesson 35, my mind is part of God's. I am very holy. These are lessons found in the workbook for students from A Course in Miracles. It's a required course. It's mind training, the rewiring of the mind, that our mind is 180 degrees backwards from the thinking of God, from the thinking of love, from the thinking of unconditional agape love. Up until this point, we see through the lens of all of our past experiences. We have been conditioned and put labels and judgments on just about everything. Some of them are automatic and they serve us well, they keep us from harm. But ultimately, we're seeing through the past. These are barriers kept up from being in the now, being in love's presence. These are ego, fear-based thoughts. And with today's lesson, we're being asked to take these illusions to the truth. We're being asked to look very closely at the self-image that we have made. Our past experiences, we have attached an identity to that, and that is not who we are. And this self-image is being asked to bring that to the light, bring that to the truth. It's being willing to look very closely at that self-image that we have made. If it remains unconscious, it will never be healed. And that's what we're looking for. The healing of the perception of our mind. The wounds that we have encountered are not of the body, but of the perception of our mind. And so when we take a closer look, due to today's lesson, at this self-image, the sooner it will be undone, the sooner it can be healed. Recognizing that we are the perceiver of this world that we see. We can choose to relinquish our beliefs in that ego, fear-based thought system of separation. We can choose to perceive the truth of our mind, the mind that is part of God's, the one mind that we're all a part of, that we are very holy. Holy is whole, wholeness, heal. This perception aligns our mind and our thoughts with the one mind and releases our beliefs and thoughts of that separation and brings it back to the truth of oneness. This brings the peace and joy and relinquish any anguish that you go through on a daily basis. That's what we're looking for. Calmness of mind, happiness, joy. Some of these things may really challenge you, but do them anyways. There's 365 lessons. And the first half of this year is the undoing of our past conditioning. The more you do it, the more seeds that are planted in the right environment, they can nourish and sprout in a beautiful garden in the mind. I want to thank you for joining with me today. This is a year of eternal love. I love you. And I hope you'll join me for tomorrow's lesson. And until then, God bless.